Secretary of State Antony Blinken praised the stable democracies of Colombia and Ecuador on Wednesday, even though he arrived in Ecuador just as new President Guillermo Lasso declared a state of emergency to combat drug-related violence. Blinken said the Biden administration realizes that in the past, the U.S. has focused too much on training and equipping security forces and promoting democratic elections in the region, and not enough on boosting people's economic well-being.
Now, this should be obvious, but the reality is we've often put more energy into strengthening civil and political rights, as vital and important as they are. Free and fair elections, the rule of law, freedom of speech and assembly, and less into strengthening people's economic and social rights, like bolstering labor standards, expanding access to adequate education and health, providing more inclusive opportunities.
Blinken also received a warm welcome in Bogota, Colombia, from President Ivan Duque. Duque was criticized after Colombian forces had killed dozens of anti-government protesters this year. But as Benjamin Gadan of the Wilson Center told VOA, Colombia is a critical U.S. ally in the region.
Colombia is a longtime United States ally in a very difficult part of Latin America. Of course, its neighbor, Venezuela, is a failed state and a deeply repressive dictatorship. The result has been almost 6 million Venezuelans fleeing in recent years, and perhaps half of them have settled in neighboring Colombia.
The political impasse in Venezuela and the resulting humanitarian crisis were high on the agenda at both of Blinken's stops. That partly explains why Blinken focused on the urgency of promoting democracy in the region, as Gadan explains.
But in reality, Latin America is living through a real democratic crisis right now. Nicaragua, Venezuela, of course, Cuba are all authoritarian right now, and countries like El Salvador are moving in that direction. Even Brazil has shown some warning signs lately about the respect for independent judiciaries and other democratic institutions.
Governments not able to deliver economically contribute to the migration crisis we are witnessing and make Blinken's push for democracy even more timely, Keith Mines of the United States Institute of Peace told VOA.
There's the kind of low-functioning democracies in other parts of Central America that are not able to provide fully for their citizens, and leads to migration crises and things like that. And then, of course, the failed democracy of Haiti, which is just one that has kind of left the realm of functionality altogether.
Mines said China is promoting a very different model.
China is kind of selling the Vietnamese model. Don't worry so much about this democracy nonsense. Just get trade with us, get a high-functioning economy and a bunch of infrastructure in return, and that should be good enough. So why worry? Why obsess over democracy?
Secretary Blinken said the United States is not trying to force any country to choose between it and China, but it is seeking to promote the highest possible standards for human rights and living and working conditions for all citizens of the Americas. Cindy Sain, VOA News.